Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Sunday morning coffee number 208. 208. Did I do anything special for 200? I can't remember. But yes, welcome. Hello. We may have some new people today. So if you are a new person and you want to, do say hello. I invoked the everyone tag, but it's not actually that effective, so who knows? Hello to all of you. Got a lot. I've been up. I've got my notes. I've got notes today. I've got a coffee. I've got a show and tell. So that's all happening. Oh yeah, I've got that. I'll put that on my list actually. That other secret thing. I've got another cool thing to show and tell. How are you all doing today? It is raining out here. So if you have not come here before, then this is our weekly show where I discuss the happenings. It's the happenings of the week, what's been going on in the world of Bad Squiddo. It is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to my mum. But I reckon that could be why the numbers might be a bit down if people are doing Mother's Day things. And I'll be like, I'm just going to go watch this woman talk about models for a bit. So a bunch of you may be on the rewind watching this. But yes, so we just talk about whatever stuff has happened in Bad Squiddo this week, any sort of intrigue, info on the old grapevine and war games generally that I can talk about. And maybe a little bit of Annie shenanigans thrown in. So you sometimes get some sneak peeks, and you get a lot more of the process, don't we? The process of how things happen when things do happen. And if you've been watching the show, you can go, I see now from all the behind the scenes information. We have, as she will be mentioned later, we have the Grace Petrie mug, but she will be mentioned later. Yes, you sure won't. Whoa. There's a spill it everywhere. Whoa. So where shall I begin? Pirates. Yar. The Oh, hang on, Sass. Are you doing anything nice for Mum today? I didn't forget. No, but she is actually here tomorrow. And as a Mother's Day treat, she gets to pack some of our figures ready for salute, and I think she'll be really excited by that. Also, I have her birthday presents, which can also be Mother's Day presents, so there. Called out so early. No, Mum's still a train journey, so I've had to train down, which I did ponder, but I'm in prep for a very busy next week, so, and I'm going to see her tomorrow. So there. I'm sure she'll be okay with it. She's in chat somewhere, lurking. She actually managed to lock herself out of Facebook now as well. So I'm surprised that she's on YouTube, to be fair, because she has locked herself out of absolutely everything online by just doing endless password resets and who knows. So, yeah. Yeah. So where are we starting? Where are we? We got here. So I miss. Your shilling has not been for naught, Roberts. The shilling will pay off, I can assure you. Dun, dun, dun. So, Pirates. So, the community minis number 13 was finished last night. And Mary Reid has won, who, as I was learning, because I don't actually know much about Anne Bonny and Mary Reid, so I started my research last night. And I'm now extra glad that Mary Reid did get mentioned, as they are quite entwined. So I would have been writing about Anne Bonny and thinking, oh, poor Mary Reid. They kind of do come as a team, really. So we have two pirates, which for me is actually better because I can research those two together. So that will be a bit of a help because normally community minis I'm going all over the place in terms of time zones and places and all that sort of stuff. My mum is sorting her things out. Are you doing anything nice? Are the other 4 children doing anything nice that live locally and have access to cars? Are they doing anything for you today, Lil? Are you going out for a meal or anything? See, pass the blame on. So those 2 pirate ladies will be made. Probably not in time for Salute, which would have been nice, but I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna try do that madness. That'd be a month. Although I am getting the um, research done sooner this time. Oh, they're not taking you out for a meal? Oh yes, Robert, the Queen of the Machine Gun would be an Ace Mini. Yes, yes. There's been some wicked ones. What I really like with the Community Minis project is finding out people. So everyone that gets nominated, I have a little lookup of them because I type it all up a bit nicer, so it's in a well, not a bit nicer, so it's not in a Facebook thread. Basically, I just put it into that um, list on the forum on the blog, and so when I'm doing that, and then I look them up to get a picture that I can use and stuff like that. So it's been really interesting learning about a lot of people. So it's never a wasted nomination because some of them I'm thinking I might just make them at some point anyway, outside of community mini stuff, or when I do a particular era, they're now on my radar. So it's definitely good to nominate, and it's good just to teach people about the person, even if the mini doesn't happen. So that's I really like community minis project. That's why it's become super important to me. It's currently my favorite thing, maybe. What have we got? Oh, we've got going on here. So the pirates will be happening. Oh yeah, I was learning a bit about them last night, and I learned a lot of it is hard to get facts for. So there is a lot of sort of not mythology, um, legends in there, but it does give me a bit more leeway to make my own narrative. I was like, I'm Bonnie Mary Reed on the boat, eh? I wonder if there's any. And then like I watched, I can't remember her name. She's got quite well spoken, does gay history on YouTube. I watched her last night, and straight away she was like, "Oh yes, they were definitely a couple." And I'm like, well, there's no evidence for any of that, but I'm going with it. That's part of history research. Going, oh, there's no evidence for this particular thing, but I'm going to choose to believe because it seems cooler. So there was a bit of that. But I am very early in the research. I did just watch a few videos yesterday, and they were just YouTube videos. As I was laminating, what a Saturday night I had. I've been laminating. So last night I did it all. I was quite chuffed with that. This is my Mother's Day present. I've laminated all these cards, so they're in little sections. It's like there's the undead, there's the animals. So they're all laminated. There's one of Andy's hairs. I was laminating a lot on the Andy's floor while he was playing Resident Evil. It was very wholesome. How is it? If I've laminated Andy's hair into this, I'm going to tell him off. I think I have. I think one's got a hair laminated in. So anyway, how does he do that? So yeah, each of these, so each of the insert cards for the minis have been laminated, just one of each, and then my other exciting repetitive task is hole punching. So hole punching, then putting the price on. And then when I am setting up the stands tomorrow, so the show racks, I'm a very visual person, and I try and do them in like on the computer, trying to figure out what goes where, and part of it's like the byline, the eye line is the byline. So where you can the things that you really want to sell, you put them there. But with these, instead of trying to just do it on a computer, I can just stand in front of the racks and move them around without having to move a whole peg of things at a time. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is prep all the racks. So instead of having minis on, they all have these cards. Boop, 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 boop. And then all Mum has to do, so Mum is doing the blister packing and hanging up and pricing for Salute. All she's got to do is just look at the rack, see, right, Barry the Bear, we need a bunch of him, and he's whatever he is. I don't know how much Barry is, £8 maybe? But I'll have the sticker on tomorrow. It also means when I run out at a show, I know what was on the peg. So when people go, have you got any Barry the Bears? And I go, I definitely put Barry on the rack. And we're looking around for ages. Oh, there's Barry the bear. So there we are. So I was doing that last night during some pirate documentary and watching Andy fight zombies at the same time, as we do. So they're all laminated. So again, little behind the scenes information that sat on a Saturday night laminating. I was invited out. There was a very good goth night in town that I was very tempted by, but I thought, you know what, gonna laminate. Gonna laminate. So let's see what we've got here. Jill has made bunting for our book day. Love a good repetitive task. I like it when there's something on, because I used to always crochet when I was watching things, and now I don't do that. I can't. I can do a bit, but I get really like bored watching something. But I don't want to be on. I don't want to be on my phone either. I want to just do something tactile. So doing laminating. So later on, it will be hole punching them all. Woo! Cyber Goblin says the Anne and Mary in season 2 of Our Flag Means Death are a delightful pair. Yes. So last night I went, I'm gonna have to watch that gay pirate show, aren't I? Because I keep seeing everyone mention it, and it has got some people in it that I think are ace, and TikTok has shown me lots of clips, so I think I'm gonna have to watch it. It's like, oh no, I'll have to watch that. Not as research, but as to be in the pirate. I think I might actually, yeah, it'll get me in the pirate theme already for Salute as well, and they might have some interesting costumes. Because I've already been thinking about clothes. Because it's like, well, they would have worn men's clothes, but I still want them to look like kind of cool. So it's like, how could you fashion the men's? Because I'm not going to put corsets on them because it's not going to be a very good disguise. But also make them look, as people expect, as this like fantastical sort of pair. So that's going to be a fun little research. But there's a lot of really good artworks. Well, artworks. It's all theoretical, but they're going to be nice to sort out. Robert says a future scenario of cloning Andy from Hair retrieved from that card. You have to make sure there'll be someone at Salute in like a lab coat. I'm like, what are you doing? They're like, nothing. Are you cloning my boy? What are you doing? Talking of my boy, there's Davey and some card. What are you doing? You've got hay. Dick Turpin show. There's also Shogun that I keep getting nagged at that I need to watch. But I do. I'm not really watching anything at the moment. I tried Black Sails. I think I tried quite a few episodes and I just couldn't get it. But I might just go on YouTube and look at best what's the word? Best moments, Anne and Mary or something. This is going on to talking about just cloning Andy. I was singing his praises yesterday as the best housemate. So maybe I should sell like in a bottle, housemate in a bottle, and it's in an amber, and then you can clone him and get your own. I think he's still asleep, so he won't be hearing all this talk of cloning. So pirates, whoop. Community minis. Very briefly go because again, it's good that you can hear my live thoughts on this as it's gone along. So community minis. I think because I was saying I'm going to revamp it. So now that Mary has been chosen, all the pre-funded minis are done until I look and go, you've unlocked another one. So I'll very briefly go in, but I'm going to I'm going to type it all up because I think it'll be a lot easier than my ramble. So I'm going to be doing some good tangles. Katie's cloning tips. So originally, if you weren't there, because it was a long time ago, when I first came up with Community Minis, I said, right, we'll go on the Ko-fi page. I've got a little like gauge thingy, and you all chuck a £5 in. You can chuck more in if you want, and it'll unlock a miniature. And then it just keeps on loop. But you could go over and unlock the next miniature if you wanted. And then there was a long pause because everything was happening. It was in lockdown and things were terrible. But this has been the grand catch-up. And I'm pretty chuffed that I've got the 13 out from, or designed from around, what was it, like August, September to now. So we caught up with them. And then it's naturally going to change because now it's back to we vote and then you unlock. So there might be a bit more thought with the voting because it's not guaranteed when it wins. So that then has to be unlocked. So I'll put this all into words, don't worry. But I've nearly got there in my brain of how it's going to work now. And we're going to do it through the website. And I said last week, I'm going to keep the Ko-fi because some people have subscriptions on Ko-fi and enjoy doing that. So I'm going to sort something separate for them, but means that they do get, it guarantees the people there the minis and the cards and stuff. But yeah, again, I'm just mostly rambling, but it means that you can tell each week that my brain has made a little bit more progress on it. I'm going to do some pages on the blog, things like nomination rules, so I can just link to that and go, look, there's the nomination rules. So you can get mitochondrial DNA even if you don't get the hair root. Won't get you Andy proper, but you can get some fun info. Anything I can use against it. So yeah, I'm gonna do some page of that. Gonna proper rethink how it all works. I had it last week where so you'll be able to, when you do the pre-ordering for the mini that's not unlocked yet, how does it work? Or should I just do it as mini Kickstarters? Would that be easier? No, then Kickstarter takes a cut as well. No, no, Annie, what are you doing? What are you doing? Good work. No, maybe that's another avenue to think about, but I'd rather it be a non-Kickstarter thing. So what we got? Page of non-rules, no Ko-fi. Yeah, I'm going to do a survey as well, a survey to get your thoughts on it all too. I'm pondering adding it in the newsletter. So in MailChimp, you can add like a separate section. So I might do an opt-in for people who want this other newsletter that's just community minis. Then you're not going to miss things, because that has been my rage this week, trying to get people to see the posts. It's got really bad. At one point, that poll you'd reached 85 people. There's 2,000 people. It's like an arms race against ZUCC and Musk, basically. So you'll figure out a way that it works, and then they're like, "Oh, it's working. We'll just screw that up." And then So I made the group so people would see, because they weren't seeing posts on the page, and now it's like, "Oh, you want people to see them in your group? Let's just remove that. You can pay." So yeah, I've been enraged by that. I'm thinking, it's a shame that people are going to be missing out on the chance to vote or nominate because of the algorithms aren't serving it up to them. So I need to have another ponder on that as well. But it is all pondering, but it is going to be very different from the next miniature. And yeah, it'd be a bit more of a relaunch, and just to tighten it up, because it is, as we have said over the last few weeks, it is very confusing in its current form. And I want it to be as easy as possible. So, also, if you are on the subscription-y thing, ages ago, I gave you a code for credit. Don't worry, I've not forgot that you have continued paying since then. I'm going to do it in another lump to give you that stuff, but that will be sorted as well. And you can always email me. But don't worry, you're not paying into a void. I'm pretty sure that 13th miniature was unlocked just by the people who'd been doing the subscription, which is pretty impressive. So I'm really, really grateful for that. So thank you if that is you. Off the top of my head, I think I'm going to do it so it's about 60. So 60 people have to pre-order and then it will be made. I've just got to make sure it's all really clear on the website that that's what's happening there, like put it in a different section or something. And then once the 60 have unlocked it, then anyone can pre-order as well. And then there's still another 40 where you've got the chance to get the art cards. Also, Full Ring Community Minis, we've got Marty's art. Had really nice chat with Marty, the artist. Where are we? What am I looking at? Marty. Oh, would it be Twitter? Martin Whitmore. Yay! Yay! Just reading the comments going, yay! Where's Marty in my little chat log? Marty! I'm so happy with Marty. He's done such a good job. So he's finished the artwork for Merry Fields. There's a silhouette because of the background. Oh, you might be able to see it a bit better. But the actual stuff is on there. Oh yeah. Is on the blog. So you should look at the blog. So there's Merry Fields and there's Ada Lovelace silhouette. There we go. But yeah, there's a silhouette. Woohoo! But the artwork is so good. Again, you won't be able to see it on here. One of the weeks, I'm going to start using that software that I've learned. Oh, look, it's like a little peek into my house. Yes, Andrea says, a very good question. Do you have some plans so that us not on the island can pre-order as they go and then collect a pile to send out once there's a few? Yes. So you're going to be able to buy it without postage or buy it with postage. That'll help me as well because it means the people that are happy to just have like one at a time, I don't have to keep double checking with them all. So yeah, you get it without postage and then you can just add it to another order or at some point go, right, I'm going to pay for postage. So I'm going to make that because I definitely don't want anyone to have, especially overseas, to have to just pay for one at a time and then have to pay import and all that. So I'm on it. Don't worry. I got you. For a miniature idea, someone else finished the stonking big tower I made. No, you started it, Daniel. You've got to see it through. So Marty's done the artwork for those two. He's now on the artwork for Joan of Arc and Audrey Hepburn. And we've also solidified the ideas because I've been a bit crap at getting the info to him, the dimensions and things. So he's making the flag, the pennant for Joan of Arc, which is that sort of, what's that shape? Teardrop sort of shape. That's the smaller flag. And we're going to get that printed. But while he's doing that, he's also going to make the battle standard, which is the long, like, mega banner that she has on horseback. Because then I can get them printed on the same bit of paper and then just cut them in half. So I save printing costs like that. And oh, we've got an awake. Don't tell him about the cloning. So yeah, you just cut the sheet in half. Well, I cut the sheet in half. So I thought, well, while I'm at it, I might as well get both the banners made. And that means I've got to get Joan of Arc on horseback. Dang! So we're gonna get. I might actually give that to Alan as the next task because actually, Joan Allen. Let me just write that down. No, good job. The caster doesn't watch this. I'm thinking, can that could be out for salute? No problems. So Joan of Arc on horseback confirmed. So with the community minis, they're all, because they're all a fiver, they're all one on foot to keep things simple. I said I didn't want to do any on horseback yet. But I'm going to make Joan of Arc just as a standard mini on horseback as an accompaniment. I think that's going to work, don't you think? And then I can always put those as pairs as well. There's a very specific, she's got her own very specific banner, and there's an old book that's got a lot of the information on it. And at one point, I can't remember when, they made a sort of mock-up version of it as well. And so there's a few sort of out there. But Marty's artwork is so good. He did I need to find out what it was from to see if I could show you. But he said when I mentioned Joan of Arc to him, he said, "Oh, I've already painted her, so that'll be really fun." And he'd done it was an artwork for a children's book, and there's Joan of Arc on horse with the flag and the Jesus in the middle, because on the battle standard, there's like the Jesus in the middle doing this, like my child, with the angels either side. And he's kind of like the Buddy Christ, like that. So I kind of want to do that in the for our flag. So we'll see how that turns out. Because like, oh, that's kind of cool, and it's very much a bad Squiddo then, isn't it? Is that Andy or a clone? Hard to know. A few months from now, there'll be the sounds of feet. The Andys are awake. But they'll be born as babies, though. That's the downside of cloning, unless we can somehow speed them up. I don't want a load of baby Andys here. Just want them ready-made, man's level for selling. You can probably hear this now, thinking, what on earth? So yes, that what have we got here? So community minis, yeah, it's going to be all revamped, and URA supporting it, and I'm really excited for all the other people that we're going to make because I love it, and it will be easier. It will be easier. We got there. Yeah, sorry, I'm just reading your flag discussion. Small clones will fit in the packaging on the racks. Oh, like a very small version. So yeah, Marty is doing those flags now. So those last 4 will be out once the cards are made. So we need Marty to do the art, which is not we're waiting on Marty. He's only just got a brief for that last bit of it. But once he's done the art, I can design the cards. Then I get the cards made. And would you know, the casts are already with me, apart from Ada Lovelace. But I've got the rest. The casts are actually here. Oh yeah, also John. So John's painting them. I've got Jenny has done an amazing job of painting Ada Lovelace. It's so good. Who is with the cast now? So that's coming through to me next week. So John's also got to paint the rest of them, and then I've got to get that packaging made. But I'm very hopeful that we can get it all done pre-salute, which would be really cool to get those out and then have some at salute, because it's salute time soon. So what have I got? So yeah, they're going to be really cool, and they're getting there. So again, thank you very much. And I'm going to start earlier than I have been on the research. So I'm going to be researching today, actually. It's going to be a chunk of my day. It's going to be researching pirates and Olga of Kiev. Yes! Flaming pigeons. I'm very excited about her. I did get a new book come, because I was trying to find a book and I couldn't really find specific books on her, but there's plenty online. But I stumbled across plenty of videos and stuff online. I found this book. I like the artwork in it. It's oh, wait. Down that wine's the one at the bottom. It's actually killing a man. Yeah. So I bought this. That's got a bit about her in it, and it's got some other ones too. It's well written too. But look at that. Used acceptable. Is that acceptable? Annoyingly, the Olga bits in the bin. I always go, to be fair, I do go for the crap level books because I think I'll be all right. And it's usually fine because it's normally just the odd like stain or dust or something. To be fair, it is fine, but it's like, well, that's acceptable, is it? Hey, there she is. And I like that Olga just oh, she got a picture there. What's that? Oh no. Oh, they've just got a pigeon. They've just got the pigeon with the sulphur trail there. Can you iron the book? Maybe. Nah, it's okay. It's just got some annoying shadows, but it was really cheap, so it's fine. It's fine. So where have we got? I've still got loads more. It's past. Blimey now. I've got loads of news for you today. So Joan happening. I've been doing very well on trying to manage my brain and my activities as to not burn out, because I'm aware I'm in the danger zone on the month before salute that I do not have time to burn out. So last week I didn't go to Hammerhead. I didn't go because I knew I'd just get absolutely knackered from it. So the one thing I really wanted to go there was to buy from F for Freddy Terra Firma, who I'll continue to say the name of awkwardly because I think it's the longest name ever. I think they need a smaller like nickname or something, like F for F or something for F. But I messaged them and got them to it needs washing. I got them to pass a bunch of stuff to some of my chums. So that arrived. I got that last week. This week. So I didn't even have to go to the show. So I bought a bunch of their new designs. They've got some field hospitals, pile of logs for the lumberjills. If you've not heard of them, I did a good sort of unboxing thing in one of my videos. They just make they make terrain, so a lot of it will be scratch built or built with bits of kits and things. They do a lot of World War II, so I'm kind of making my way around their collection and buying it all because I love having this bunch of bits that I can use to make scenes with the minis, and so I'm really into the photography, though I haven't had much time at the moment to do much with it. It's all good. Like I've got the big Stairway to Heaven from John Morris at the moment. It's not John Morris, the other one, James Morris at the moment. So what have we got? Boop. Oh, that one there. Whoop. F4 Freddy Terra Firma. They're on Etsy and Facebook, and I think they've got a website as well. But on one of my videos, like terrain haul, I bought loads the first time I found them. So I've been sort of buying a bit more. So I got field hospital, oil silo thingy. That's the one. That's the one. And what else did I get? I think I got a desert camp. I thought, I'll get that for my Vera Lynn. What a time! What a time! So yep. What else have I got? I'm gonna get through some more of this news. Ghouls packaging here. Yes, I finally got the Ghouls packaging designed, so that is here. So I can now get Ghouls into retail. They're on the website, of course, but they will also be arriving with some of your favourite shops, other than me. When the rest of the restock comes, I realised that I had less than I thought. I'm out of matriarchs, dang it. I was like, oh, I'm out of cool matriarchs. It's now the time of year where I send various panicked casting lists to the casters, and they go, you do know it's a month to salute. And I go, yes, that's why I'm ordering loads on a really short basis, please. Because everyone does exactly the same and goes, oh crap, I need this for salute. And the caster's like, oh great, could you not have said earlier? So there'll be a bit of that going on. But if you want some ghouls, the ghouls are all in the shop. We've got everything apart from the matriarch and the hags, although the hags won't be much longer because they're metal. The matriarch takes a bit longer because she is resin. So ghouls are cool. Also, I was singing the praises of Paul Muller on Twitter. One of you was finding the various ghouls that he's made along the way. The real friends were the ghouls we made along the way. And then I think I summoned him because he then popped up in my little chat box. And I was like, what do you want? Ghouls! He's sculpting more ghouls. So we've agreed to another pack of ghouls. So more ghouls will be coming at some point. Whenever. Not in the pre-salute, but soonish there'll be more ghouls. So I might show you some. Shall I show you one now? Yeah, I'll show you a ghoul. I'll show you a ghoul. You've been good. Ghouls. Who are they? Paul Muller. Paul Muller. There he is. Making some ghouls. So he's doing another ghoul youth pack. So we got this one. Again, the phone's not going to show you the best. Look at that white stance, my guy. Good leg. Woo! Crazy ghoul. Nice. Gallery of ghouls. So we got some more Muller ghoul action in the pipeline. So there's that to look forward to. Also, in my purchasing, I ordered from Mr. Berlin Tuesday, who was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still about. But anytime I see that he has been painting Bad Squiddo stuff, I'm like, give. So I bought a bunch of stuff off him, which I might do a little video with him and the F for Freddy things. I might start getting into a habit of doing that when I buy cool stuff because it's nice. And he's done some amazing paintworks on the Bad Squiddo stuff. So I went, I need to send you some more because these are so good. And he also has made some little bits of scenics, which again are ace. I was showing them all to Mr. Nick of North Star. He very much liked them as well. Because whenever I get anything in, Nick comes in most days for a bit of a chat. And if I've got anything cool, I'm like, oh, Nick, I've got things to show you. Look at this. This came in the post. This came in the post. And then check out this. Which is also good about not being on my own in an office and having people around. So that was cool. So thank you to Berlin Tuesday. What else have we got? I need to take a breath and take a coffee, and then we'll go on to International Women's Day. The lights seem to go weird there, it's like this light from underneath, like the torch. I will tell you a tale. Mm-mm. Right. Yes, not yesterday. Friday was International Women's Day, and like everything else, I didn't realise till one of you messaged me in the morning and went, happy birthday, happy International Women's Day. And I went, what is it? Oops. And yes, the conversation was like, should I have a sale? Yeah, I'll do a sale. So some years I do a free shipping sale. And I'm always in two minds because I'm like, oh wow, International Women's Day, I'll have to give things away. As is tradition, I guess, rather than like just buy and support. But it has generated a lot of activity in the past. So I thought, you know what, I could do with that a bit of activity. So sod it, we'll do a sale. But this time it's free shipping, but only on bad Squiddo products. Because I used to get annoyed when it was free International Women's Day shipping, and then people would go, "Cool, I'll load up on box sets to America," and then I'd go, "Oh, great, I'm not making any money on that. Thanks, thanks, International Women's Day." So it's only on the bad Squiddo thing. So if your order consists just of bad Squiddo things, then it's free shipping. But also Rolltex. What? So Rolltex are those really cool putty rollers. I need to do some videos on those as well because they're really cool. But they're something we stock, and they are owned by ran and owned and designed and sculpted by Becky, who is a lady. So Becky, I thought, you know what, I'm going to put the free shipping offer on those as well, because as I tweeted someone like, not on the other stuff because it's made by boys. So Cyber Goblin, maybe International Women's Day could be the day when you release new minis. I think this every year on International Women's Day when I go, oh yeah, why didn't I release some minis? That would be really good. It is. I just get so caught up in everything that I don't even know what the date is half the time. But it is good because when I first announced my Soviet range back in the day, it was International Women's Day. That was the announcement, and it worked really well. So I think, especially, I'm like, oh, milk while everyone feels guilty and like, oh, we're not that great to women. And then I go, it's all right, you get like an amnesty. You are accepted by women if you buy from Bad Squiddo. It's like your pass that you get. So you can, if you buy from Bad Squiddo, you're absolved from all your sins or something. So I do need to start tying that into things like releases. A lot of the time releases are just like when they happen at the moment because of just me being absolutely frantic all over the place doing a million bits and bobs. So that offer is actually on till the end of tonight. So if you haven't seen it, so you just put IWD 24. It's on the posters around social media. Put that into the coupon bit and you get free shipping. So thank you everyone who's done that. It's given my shop a nice boost because it's been a bit quiet at the moment. So that is a bonus. So thank you. I could have gone into a big talk about International Women's Day, but we're 40 minutes in, so it's one of those days that I always have mixed feelings over because it's very watered down, isn't it? It's a bit like Pride, where originally it was, about fighting injustice and bringing light to injustice and making things better, and now it's just kind of like companies going, "We like women, all our cleaners are women." Like, yay, great. Or just, yeah, almost this like platitude, is that the term, of like, happy International Women's Day, yay, everything's great, woo, pink. And it's like, no, it's actually terrible, in some places it's getting actually worse rather than better for women. And all that sort of stuff. So it is quite. I always find it quite a complex day, and I didn't really. I sometimes do a bit of a longer post about it, but because I was already, as I put, busy being an international woman, I didn't really. I just went, "Oh, you care about is the sale? Go on, have the sale." But what did I say about the sale? What I used to do, and then it created more work for me. I was like, why am I giving myself extra unpaid labour on International Women's Day? What's going on? I used to do, and I really liked it, but I knew that right now I couldn't deal with it because it's an extra thing. But what I used to do is you'd get free shipping and a handwritten fact about women from history. And I liked doing it. But then I was doing it thinking, does anyone care about the fact? Because they just want free shipping, don't they? And it was just an extra thing because being me, I didn't just print a bunch off. I was like looking at the person's order and then specifically like, I'm going to find a fact that is very relevant to this order and unique to them. Then imagine just like people going, oh, cool, my stuff's here, chuck that. I know some of you very much appreciated it. So again, thank you. But I thought I'd cut that bit out. Just this year, and I never like people expecting us to do things like sales, and now that shipping is actually mental, I realized that like, oh, actually that was quite a hit doing free shipping. Didn't used to be that bad, but getting more people in is always a bonus. There's that promo and stuff, so it's all good. So yeah, if you use the code IWD24 till the end of tonight, then you can get free shipping. So yeah, you should do that on Bad Squiddo and Rolltex. And definitely check out Rolltex. There's, I cannot say much, but maybe something coming with Squid and Roll. I think Becky's awesome, and they're really good. They're way better than those like tubular ones because they're designed ergonomically and all this rather than just this weird rolling pin situation. So yes, that's the majority of the news. 43 minutes. Look at that. I'm going to drink the last bit of this coffee and then tell you about the rest. Grace Petrie? What? Who's this? Only the greatest singer-songwriter of all time. So, right. Last Sunday, I mentioned I was going to go and see her. So I've seen her twice since the last show. She does a lot of political. I know, don't get political on the channel. She does a lot of political and general, I don't know what you call it, sort of protesty music. There's a lot of pro LGBT stuff as she's gay. So there's all that sort of, if you know that genre, you're like, yep, I know exactly what you mean, that sort of genre of stuff. And she's my favourite, absolutely love her. And she was doing acoustic and signing on Sunday, and then a big band on Friday. So I was talking about how when I go to trade shows, and sometimes people either in the chat here or online or something will say, I wanted to come over and say I really like your stuff, but I got really shy. And I always think, oh no, I'm not intimidating. I'm the shy person. What? So it was one of those, like, it happened, like a step up. So if anyone's ever shy about approaching me, know that I was an absolute shy wreck approaching Grace on Sunday. And I did have a couple of beers to try and make it not as awkward. But so she was doing a signing, but because the album wasn't out yet, she was signing a photo. So when I did get there, I was like, oh no, I don't want to take up all your time. I know what it's like. I was like, and I'm not into autographs because I don't really care about people writing on stuff. But I brought this guinea pig. This it wasn't alive. I brought the guinea pig pepper shaker that Carol in the chat has gifted me. So could you sign this? And she thought it was the best thing ever. And I was also like, what other words can I say? And I'm like, I've been a fan for a really long time. And then I mentioned Sunday morning coffee. And I do the show. And I was like, and I make these little women figures from history. And she's like, oh yes, that's interesting. And I'm sure it was, but she's just like, I want to go home. It's late. And I was like, and I've got the mugs, and I use the mugs sometimes on the show. So I entertained Grace Petrie, and I got the best thing will ever own. Ah, if there was the equivalent of the like family china that to be passed down. It's this. Look at that. So I also got the photos I was posting all over the place. Um, yeah, look at that. Oh my god. What have I missed in the chat? Jez, a sculpt friend, is getting some rollers for work, not even mini stuff. Yeah, they're just so good for everything. Um, Look at that. And then Friday, she was on as big band. She's got a big band going on. She's normally got a smallish band, but the latest album was produced by Frank Turner, who put big band stuff in it. So it was way bigger. And I thought, I kind of need to sign some more guinea pig stuff. So I thought, I'll bring a tin lid. I've got a little guinea pig tin. I thought, I'll bring that because I can just put that in my pocket and it's not as weird. But I thought, it's unlikely I'll get an autograph at a very big gig rather than a smaller. There is an Andy coming down the stairs. We don't know if it's the original Andy or a clone.
Why?
There was a lot of discussion about cloning you earlier.
For what purpose?
Unknown. We're not sure yet if this is the Andy or a clone, but we'll be able to send in the clones. Why? So I thought I'll bring my tin lid because I'm on the off chance, because I'll be gutted if I do get the chance to have my guinea pig tin signed and I don't have it. So I brought it, and then as I was going in, I passed her in the street and realised I hadn't got a damn pen. I was already, so I didn't say anything. So I thought, well, I could get her for like a second if I went, oh my god, can you sign this? But if I was just to get her and then be like, it's me with the guinea pig things, and then I don't have a pen, but I have this tin. Could you just etch into it? So after I'd messaged Andy from the tram saying, if Grace Petrie's about, always make sure you have guinea pig memorabilia. But I'd forgot to add and a pen to sign it. Oh, so close. The gig was amazing, but it was so busy that I did just scarper afterwards. I could have stayed, but it would have been again, I'm generally not into autographs. I now have it in my mind that anyone who is capable of signing stuff should sign a guinea pig item. So, yeah, it was excellent, and it's so she just appeals to a lot of people on that like fringe folk. So it was really nice to see just like all the weirdos of Nottingham, basically. It was really, really nice. And the difference between the acoustic and the big band. But something she said, she mentions that how little money that artists get on Spotify, and how it's really important to be buying albums because it's making it so Spotify is the norm. Well, not Spotify necessarily, but streaming is the norm, and how artists just get so little from that. And then even it's extra hard if you're independent and all this, So the way it's going that way, whereas in the past it would obviously be all albums. So it's harder to my brain. Harder to make it now than it ever was, I think, was the sort of point. So she's saying if it's not viable to be a singer-songwriter, then the only people doing it in the end are going to be people who are very rich or from very rich backgrounds, and that's obviously going to affect the type of music that is then made. So especially important for that sort of protest, grassroots sort of music. And of course, I thought, how can I make this about me? So it's the same across different art forms. I thought that's really an interesting thought, especially with miniatures. So if you are the world needs more Andes apparently for a price. So yeah, it's just that again, just the old adage of support your independence, which I thought was really really important because yeah, it's the same with this. What I'm doing, I hope, is important, especially spreading the word of these really cool ladies. And it is harder and harder to do without that big bucks to sort of start off. And it's been a really good journey, and I love that there's some of you that have been here for either all of it or a big chunk of it, to just see how things have gone along the way, and just to see like how the range has got bigger, how just little bits have improved along the way, and it's just been really nice. So I'm going on a ramble, but that was really lovely. So yeah, that was awesome. If you haven't checked out Grace Pitry, by the way, do it because she's the coolest and she's so nice. And the new album's so good. I've been singing it to the pigs this morning. The last bit that I added just before I go, because it is 52 minutes in. If I tilt this, there's nothing weird up there. There's nothing weird up. Of course there is. That's why I'm tilting it. Check out the dog queen. Oh, a pirate hat and a pirate flag. What? But we're looking at that. Dun, dun. I've been on John Hodgson's Redbubble, and I love the dog queen. Let's go back to a dog queen. I can't bother getting her down, but she's on wood, printed on wood. I love the dog queen, or hail dog queen, so that's why I got it. I was also curious what the wood prints would be like, and they're amazing. And it's given me the kick up the arse to sort my own Redbubble out as well, and get so you can buy things like wood printed bad Squiddo merch. But in the meantime, go check out John's stuff as well. Also Snurg, I bought some stickers, they're at the office, from Snurg, who may be here, may not be here. Joe Bromby, the sculptor, he's got a lot of the Tales of Weird World artwork on there as well, and it's just really nice. So that's it. That's me. We're talking solidly for nearly an hour. A second Andy, 'twould be dandy. Add a third to make it handy. Clone a billion, he now Sandy. I've got to explain this clone shenanigan to him now. That's the downside. Or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe we'll just keep it as our secret. We'll get more cloning materials anyway. So thank you all for coming along. Thank you for voting in Community Minis. And if you do see anything like that, again, always interact because the algorithms, the gods. The week ahead, so today I'm going to be doing some research and chilling. I've got a bunch of books, and I'm going to try and get the bit more blog on the Community Minis thing, getting those hole punched and ready. So Mum's going to be here the next couple of days. We're going to start getting some salute racks sorted out as well. And I think that's it. So, oh yeah, I'll just get Clone Annie to explain. Or maybe I am Clone Annie. This isn't Resident Evil. Right, catch you all. Thanks very much for coming along, and goodbye.